Hey guys, it's Greg again. I made that response video for that. I showed you what is wrong. So I thought I put together, kind of what is count and why I think it's wrong. Well, not why I think it's wrong. I know that it's wrong. It's just wrong. And wanted to show you guys kind of a little bit of what's going on in here and just the complexity. And it's very difficult to trade this area just for that reason because of the WXY waves. But I know it's kind of messy in there right now, and I can show you guys some stuff here. So basically, I have this. This is the X wave. Everybody's talking about this. These X waves are very unpredictable. I think that we're actually in one right now, or we may have just completed one. But what everybody's doing is calling this 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is a 5-wave move. And if you look at the RSI, you get this divergence, okay, from here to here, and that pops it up. And that seems reasonable. It does seem reasonable. And that's kind of what I would think too at first. But if you actually dig into the waves, it just doesn't fit. You just can't make it fit at all. So what is it? And the other thing too, I wanted to point it out is the other article was talking about, this whole thing being a third wave. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but the whole thing was a third wave. But there's a triangle in the middle of the third wave. Typically, you won't see a triangle like that in the third wave. As a matter of fact, if it's actually if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there shouldn't be a triangle in there. Okay. So the triangle is either going to be in a B wave, an X wave, or it can be in a Y wave. Triangles are not in third wave. So just to let you guys know that. And so what is this? So this is a lower sequence. I'll show you right here. If you take, this is actually, I took it out. So this is a WXY wave. So that's a 3-wave move. Okay. And you can break that down even more within there of the 3-wave moves that it did. But just to keep this simple, that whole move was a 3-wave move. And if you go on the RSI, here's the start, and it came down. Okay. You can see this section right here, and it made another move there, and it came down, made this move, down, made this move, and then down. Okay. You see? And then this whole other section is different. Okay. It's different. This section is not on a lower sequence, is not part of that section. But on the bigger sequence, I'm going to remove that now. That makes it a W, and it brings this up for an X. Okay. So typically when you see on the RSI, when it drags up real high like that, it's typically on a move like this, a 3-wave move, it's going to be an X wave. Okay. I'm going to show you something else on a lower time frame on this move. Okay. I have this labeled as an X wave. So you see this move? Most people will call this an impulse move. So like 1, 2, and then they say it's going to work it on the third wave. It's not following any of the rules. In my opinion, it's a 3-wave move. 1, 2, 3. Okay. But you see this X wave move. You see this X wave here? Whether it ends there or there, just don't know yet. You see how it barely went up, and you see how it dragged up the RSI real high? Okay. It may have ended right there, but you can see it made a little bit of divergence and it came down. It just stopped. Okay. You couldn't label this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What would this be? Okay. So sometimes when you go dig into these waves, so I was having a discussion with Boss Wizard Crypto, which, by the way, I highly recommend Boss Wizard Crypto. The guy knows his Elliott waves. Out of everybody else that I've been listening to and watching, he's the only one that I pay attention to now. Everybody else, I tune them out because they put wrong ideas into your head. That's a problem with the media, that when you read those articles and you see this stuff, it puts this junk in your head, and then you can make wrong decisions. The military knows that. The military knows they separate their guys when they join, right? And they want to they want to mold them to way they and to think the way that they want to think. Get them ready to go to war. They don't want them out there, you know, getting influence from outside sources. They separate them. Okay, let's get these guys ready. You kind of should do that with crypto, in a way, in my opinion. So if you take a look at this, there's been a debate about this move, right? So is this move? I know this is getting a little detailed, but here on Elliott Waves, is this move an impulse? You know, is it like this? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Could be. Could be. But my argument is, what's this on the RSI? Check out the RSI on this 15-minute chart. It came down, you see right here. So this area, and then it slowed up on the RSI, and then it came back down. But there is divergence there. There is divergence there. Okay? But if you go down to the 3-minute chart, take a look. Here's that wave again. Here's this wave right here. And you see that? And then it slows up. Look how much it slows up. And the momentum right here. And then it goes up in momentum. So what I think this actual move is this. Like that. That was a 3-wave move. It just looks like an impulse. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. So if you take a look at this, you go out to a higher time frame again, and you take a look at that move, which is right here. You see? So this move is WXY, like that. 3 up for X. You see how the X dragged up that RSI again? And then you get a 3-wave move like this. So it's making WXY waves. These are just, they're terrible. They're terrible types of waves to trade. They're difficult. They confuse traders. They don't need, it's how it's going on with me, you know, because even with Bitcoin right now, you know, I have assets I want to get into on shorts, but I have no idea what's Bitcoin going to do. You know, is this freaking thing going to go up or is it going to go down? I have no idea. X waves are unpredictable. Unpredictable. There's nothing you can't say, oh, it's going to go 50%. It's going to go 786. There's nothing. There's nothing. It could go up here, or it could be done right there and go down. You know, see, the problem is I put my shorts, you know, everything on the sequence looks pretty good. But if you put it in a short, which I do have short, I'm shorting ApeCoin right here. As a matter of fact, ApeCoin's going down pretty good. So this wave, if it goes up like this, well, then these will go up, even though they're in a bear sequence. So, you know, I don't want to take that chance of this unpredictability in this wave. So it's a 3-wave move, in my opinion, right here, a WXY. So that's a lower sequence WXY, and it's down for a W, and this is another X. And then more than likely, it's going down for a Y. I just don't know where the X is going to go. Is it done? It could be. It could be. If it's done right there, then just based off the past data that I'm looking at on Bitcoin, this wave would go more or less to about 50% or 681, something like that. Somewhere in there, 50% or the 681, like that would be my guess. If the X wave finished there, it would come here, okay? And then more than likely, this whole thing will be a W again. And then you might have a bigger X, okay? And then it's gonna go down for another Y, okay? This is what Bitcoin's doing. Everybody thinks they're impulse waves and they're not. That's why I'm telling you, that's why I'm getting my targets. So now you have another larger sequence, W, X, and why. And then eventually Bitcoin will end up down in this area or maybe down here, right? Let me turn off the, take off the RSI, end up here or in this area, okay? And one of the reasons why I think that Bitcoin is doing this, and actually some of the other alts too, I'm starting to notice they're getting stuck in these WXY sequences, kind of like Phantom. Phantom's doing the same thing. It's in a bearish sequence, but it's making those strange moves again. They're making the strange moves like Bitcoin when over here, it wasn't. So I had to put a WXY on Phantom because Phantom here has a 5-way move. Then it did this goofy, type correction, triangle or whatever it was trying to do. Or maybe that, I'm not sure, but it was like an A, B, C for a W, another 3-way move for an X, and now it's doing the funky moves again. So over here in Bitcoin, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. This right here is anybody's guess on this X wave. Here, here, up here, who knows? Who knows? But more than likely it's going to go down. But one of the things I have in my theory of this is that it's kind of slowly, it'll go up and then down like this, kind of like it's been doing, and it'll shrug back up and go down, confuse traders, like what's going on? Is it, this, etc. And one of the reasons is that I think the selling, there's seller exhaustion going on. I can see it. I can see it in the other coins, like Solana, they're just the selling is just not there. It's just slow go down. It just, there's nobody there. The volume is low, the selling is low, and less buyers are coming in right now. So it's not going up. It's just slowly grinding down. I can see it in Solana, Kusama. I can see it in the other, the bigger coins. Near Protocol would be a good example. Ethereum is another good example. And that's just my theory. It's going on. Same thing with DOT. DOT's doing those strange moves too. So I think DOT's kind of in like a WXY. Some people, maybe you could say this is a 1-2. If it's a 1-2, DOT's going down pretty far. So I don't think so. I think it's just going to do a slow grind to get down there in these WXY waves. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.